Good morning, students. I hope you all have seen part 1 of chapter 2, environmental pollution. In part 1, we discussed about water pollution, and now in this part, we are going to discuss about air pollution and land pollution. Now, let us start with this part 2. Now, moving ahead is the air pollution, how this air is being polluted. We have discussed in part 1 about water pollution, and now in this we are going to discuss air pollution. See, just like water, air pollution has become a major concern of the world. See, because how the air water pollution is the same way the air pollution has also become the major concern of the world. See, industries have developed in every cities and in the most of villages also. The smokes and the gases that is being emitted by the industry, they mix with the air and they cause air pollution. And today the use of mineral oils has increased tremendously. See, the air is being polluted how? By the gases and the smoke that is being released by industries or the vehicles when they run by fuel. And because of this gases that is being released by industries as well, we can see now industries in every city and village also most of we see. And this emitted by this all different gases that is being emitted by industry, they get mixed up with the air, and because of that the air pollution is being caused. And today the use of mineral oils has increased tremendously. See, mineral oil is also been increased, and the vehicles that are being running on the fossil fuels, which are the petrol and diesel, they emit smoke and harmful gases. Which type of gases they emit? That is very harmful, like hydrocarbons, nitrogen oxides, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, and they all get merged, they all get mixed. All these different gases, harmful gases, they get mixed with the air, and their proportion in the air that is also been increased. And the proportion of carbon dioxide has increased. Why? Because due to the cutting of trees, the trees have been cutted, and because of this the proportion has increased of carbon dioxide, and which leads to very intense problem of global warming. See, the deforestation is another reason behind the increase of air pollution. See, air pollution by with different by the industries and vehicles that are running on fuel. The fuels such as coal, kerosene, diesel, petrol, they all release a harmful smoke. And the other gases that we have discussed about nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, benzophrene, carbon dioxide, etc., they all get mixed into the air, and so their proportion that has been increased in the air. And due to this deforestation, see, it is because of deforestation is also the another reason behind the increase of air pollution, and the dust particles float in the air due to the depletions of the forest that covers the tree. See, deforestation on the large scale, and due to the reduction in vegetation, the proportion of dust particles and carbon dioxide that has increased in the air, and this also resulted in the problem of global warming. With all these reasons also makes lots of effect on human life. When we talk about how what are the main air, causes of air pollution, so you can write about all these: the smoke that released from industries as well as from the vehicles, and all these harmful gases that we discussed: carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, all these harmful gas that is mixed in the air, and the proportion of air has increased. And due to deforestation also, a large scale and reduction of vegetation, air pollution is a major problem because of this reason. And the other reason we are going to discuss is the air pollution that is caused the various diseases. Because of the air pollution, different diseases that are being caused, main causes of throat and lungs disease, as well as the problems like asthma and breathlessness, that all these diseases, because of this breathing problems arise, lungs infection, because of the air only all these diseases occur. Dust particles floating in the air leads to disease like cold, cough and allergy, because of the dust particles that are on the, see, due to the air pollution and the dust particles that are floating in the atmosphere, that can cause us cold, cough. And there have been instances when animal died due to suffocation caused by excess of pollution. See, because of this pollution, the animals, it affects to animals also, and with this the animals also die. And the temperature of the atmosphere has increased. The temperature has also increased. Why? Due to the pollution. At times these poison gases, they mix with the rainwater, and these gases now, they get mixed with what? Rainwater, and what they cause? Acid rain, and which is very harmful for animals and vegetation. And acid rain is very much harmful, poisonous gas, because of all these things. And see, the gases like SO2 and nitrogen oxide, which pollutes the air, they get dissolved in the rain to cause the acid rain, and which is very harmful for animals and vegetation. And to prevent, now we will see, we have discussed before all the causes of air pollution, and now we are going to see what steps should be taken to prevent air pollution. See, what are the steps to prevent the air pollution? It is necessary to make certain rules for the industries and implemented them strictly. See, few of the rules should be made for industries, and vehicles must be compelled to use equipment, and that should be implemented very strictly. Equipment that can filter smoke and harmful gases should be developed and installed. See, they should install what the equipment they should keep which filters out smoke and poisonous gas. So to prevent this air pollution in the vehicles, they should come compelled. In the industries also, such type of equipment, use of such type of equipment should be there, which filter out smoke and poison gas. Industries that do not follow the norms should be punished strictly by the heavy fine or should be shut down. See, the industries who are not following the norms, they should be shut down, or else they should be fined. Environment awareness camp should be organized. Awareness of this camp also, environment, they should organize all such type of camps, so the people come to know about how to take care, how to prevent the air pollution. And one should use petrol and diesel in a judicious manner. We should use in a very proper manner petrol and diesel. Use of pollution free fuels like CNG, LPG, which will help to a great extent. And strict implementation of PUC in the vehicle should be implemented. See, what to prevent the air pollution, all these things should be done. The use of petrol and diesel should be very limited, and pollution free fuels such as CNG or LPG should be used in the vehicles. And also the PUC, that is the pollution under control check, should be strictly implemented. And in this way, the vehicles should be checked by, should be strictly implemented, and they should be checked also. That was about all about air pollution. See, the forest and vegetation, they should cover, should be increased to reduce the level of carbon dioxide also in the air. It will help to prevent air pollution. Now next is land pollution. See how the land is affected because of the pollution that has been thrown. Now we will discuss about land pollution. Land pollution is not something that is easily visible, but in this developing world, land pollution has become evident on a large scale. See, land pollution now, it is, we cannot, not something that is been easily visible in developing world. In this developing world, but land pollution, that is also on a large scale. Why? The growing industries and the polluted water from the drains, they flow on the ground, and slowly they pollute what? The land. And the people who runs industries and factories always try to acquire more land than what they require. See, the water that comes from the industries and the gutters in the urban area, that where all this thing is being released in the on the land only, and so that because of this land, the land becomes polluted. And see all the solid waste from the industries that has been thrown over here on the land, that has been released on the land only, and slowly and gradually it has been the land is being polluted. So all these are the causes: pollution of the industries, the land, and the solid waste that from the industries and the urban centers that also add to its and the people who run industries and factories always try to acquire more land. They want to acquire more and more land. And why? And then what they require, how much they require, they wanted more and more things, land. And according to them, what they acquire more land for the future development, for their future development they are acquiring more land. And when industries occupy the agricultural land, when such type of agricultural land they have been acquired by industry, it is surely pollutes it, as the industry dumps solid waste. They dump all the solid waste where on the land only, and that part of land is polluted, and it affects a lot. And nowadays what happened, the polythene bag, that is plastic bag, is used on a large scale. See, we use the polythene bags, this plastic bag also, that is which is used, poly bag, that is also in a large scale is being used. And plastic is non-degradable substance, we all know it is a non-degradable substance, and it is surely polluting the land. And the urban waste like plastic scraps and chemical dumped on the land, they also dispersed over farmland. They see all these things where they are being dispersed on the farmland by the wind, they carried out by a wind, and thus pollutes the land. And the farmer use chemical fertilizer extensively to increase production, and it also play a major role in polluting the land and water. See the plastic bags that are being used, the excessive use of chemical fertilizer and insecticides in agriculture, they also pollutes the soil. And the plastic bags and the dirty industrial water, they are the major reason for the fertile for the organism which make the land fertile. And due to this destruction of this organism, land becomes non-productive. And see, it is not advisable to use all the established industries on agricultural land. With the depletions of fertile land, crop production also decreases because of this major reason. And the plastic and chemicals that are being should be less used. And see, plastic bags also affects a lot because it is a non-degradable substance and it pollutes land a lot. That was all about land pollution. Polluted water from industries and drainage is used in the irrigation for fertile land. See, all this polluted water is there that has been releasing from the industry or the drainage system, and all chemical polluted land, and that is being used in the irrigation in the fertile land. And what happened because of this, the production of grains, vegetables, etc., which is being cultivated on the land, it affects a lot and result in the disease like bone disease, tuberculosis. This type of disease occurs because of this only. Exhausted or shrinkness fertile land shrinking, the leads to the risk of scarcity of crop. Because of this, there is a scarcity of crops also. Plastic, solid waste material from the industries and polluted water, they destroy what microorganism which make the land fertile. Because of this plastic and all these different types of this excessive use of fertilizer, and that they all pollutes the soil, and it affects the organism also, and because of fertile, they make the fertile for organism, and they make land also fertile, because eventually land becomes barren because of this destruction of microorganism. So it affects to human being also and to the microorganism also, and it affect in various way the land. If the land is polluted, the vegetation, crops, everything affects, and it result in the diseases like bone diseases, tuberculosis, and it affects a human being in this way. Land pollution, now we will see how can we can control this land pollution. What are the steps to prevent the land pollution is this in this paragraph. Land pollution can be controlled. We should use plastic and unnecessary chemical judicially. See, we should use less all these plastic bags, and the chemical should be very less and possible only if it is required then. And we should conserve environment. We should try to conserve our environment. Use of organic and traditional manure instead of chemical fertilizer is advisable. See, to save crops and vegetable from insects, chemical insecticide should be used to control manner if it is needed. And we should use traditional manure instead of all this chemical fertilizer. Pesticide should be used in minimum possible proportion. See, pesticide also should be used in a minimum proportion, and which will help to prevent the land. The plastic and the solid waste should be recycled. See, all these waste are there, they should be recycled. Use of non-conventional sources of energy and green technology could be introduced, and drip irrigation saves water and prevents land degradation. See, to prevent land pollution, the purity of the environment must be protected, and so use of plastic and chemicals should be restricted. See, traditional biofertilizer should be used in the place of chemical fertilizer. Insecticides should be used as per requirement only. Other important remedies are to burn and destroy useless plastic and solid waste, or recycle and reuse it if possible. All these things should be done, and drip irrigation, that also saves water also, and they will prevent the land also from degradation. So all these things, precautions should be taken to control the land pollution. I hope you all have understood this land pollution and air pollution. Thank you.